Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another wonderful video. As you can see, this hoof is well overgrown and this top toe is definitely something to be concerned about. I want you guys to stick around and watch how we fix up this cow. So let's get into this hoof, guys. So as you can see, there's a hole right in the bottom towards the tip of the toe of this hoof. At this point, I can see that there is some debris within that hoof, and anytime there's debris under a layer of sole, you can almost guarantee that leads to some sort of lesion, and more than likely, that's why this cow was picked for us today to fix up. As we get trimming off some of this hoof, that hole becomes more and more evident in the front of the hoof. And at this point, we are well aware and 100% sure that there is a problem within that hoof. This hoof being extremely overgrown is going to make it a little challenging for us to fully put back to a normal state. Another thing that makes this hoof even a little more challenging is that being a back right foot and the inside toe being sore, that it is not as common as if the outside toe were to be sore. The outside toe acts more like as a floater type stabilizer type claw, while this inside toe is the primary weight-bearing claw and guiding claw of the back hoof. So anytime that inside toe is sore, it's actually quite a little bit more difficult to heal because it wants to put all of its weight there naturally. As you can see, I'm pulling some massively large, long debris out of her hoof. Most of that debris is tough straw or tough grasses that they probably use for bedding at this farm. Right now, we're going to flush this hole out and see if we can get any more debris out before I go to put a block on. Using the spray is helping me being able to carve under some of these layers of sole after the debris comes out. But as you can see, that bottom toe is now wet, which in turn I'll have to trim off and put a block on. So once I have the block getting ready to put the block on, I won't be able to spray the hoof until after the glue is fully set. Right now, we're just trimming down this hoof to make it as balanced as we can, making sure that any defects that can be trimmed out with a grinder are. It is a much easier way of trimming than using a knife for the whole process of trimming. As you can see right now, I am simply just looking for cracks and loose horn that may be around that lesion that I can trim off. Now that that is trimmed down as far as I'd like, I'm going to trim down this toe, and we're going to hope that it's good. As you can see that powdery hoof come off, that is what I'm gauging the depth of the sole, the thickness of the sole. Once the powdery hoof is gone, now it is at a normal sole thickness. It's a very easy way to trim a cow's hoof and put her back to her normal thickness in that sole. Now we'll put this block on. We'll allow that to alleviate the weight on that medial toe. Like I said before, I don't like putting blocks on the outside toe of cows, but if they need it, they need it. This cow will have to be rechecked probably in 2 to 3 weeks to make sure that this block is not bothering the cow. At this point, we're going to work at carving out this lesion, and towards the end of this video, you'll easily be able to see right where, if you can imagine where I pulled those long pieces of debris out, they were going right and creating an ulcer on her corium. It is actually a very pronounced and protruding ulcer, and you'll be able to see it. When that debris is in there, it just gives it a tiny prick, kind of like a little thorn just pricking on your skin. It doesn't really create it to bleed or gush, but what it will do is it will irritate it, and it might bleed a little bit inside the capsule and then stop bleeding and heal. And then once she steps on it wrong again, it'll poke it and keep going over and over and over again. Now you can see it clearly. Now that we have the hoof pared out and that ulcer exposed, we'll take a salicylic acid wrap and pack it onto this ulcer. In turn, it should heal this ulcer very, very quickly, but we will still have to keep a close eye on that block because it is on that outside toe. I hope you guys are finding these videos educational. I hope you're enjoying them. Every time I make a video, I try to make it a little better than the last, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Be sure to follow me here on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. I truly appreciate that. And thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.